easily made within this Electropreneur Park by any startup or innovators using our state-of-art ESDM lab and the digital fabrication lab, which is one of its kind in the entire eastern part of the country. And we have equipment ranging from very high-end testing and measuring equipment, power supply equipment, and so on. We are also in process of going ahead with second phase of procurement of various which will cover so like alternative energy lab, optics lab, agriculture, agri-tech lab, communication lab, and the process for procurement of the second phase equipment, lab equipment already we have initiated. Our startups are working in very niche areas, and they are continuously experiments and design application on different sectors, starting ranging from agri-tech to healthcare to edutech, energy, disaster management, drone, IoT, and other deep tech areas as well. We have recently launched our resource center, which is a repository of various resources in the ESDM, and also a design library which shall provide reference designs to the startup innovators. They can have access to the reference design from the industry. But these different designs we have got from sourced from industry partners like Xilinx, TI, Texas Instruments, Microchip, ADI, and for all kind of wide range of product model, including power supply, sensor, control board, which is to cater the need of the products of our startups. Here we also supported in terms of providing sample boards, design software tools, component and test platform for the startup, technical mentoring support from industry experts, from academias, also lot of periodic hands-on sessions, pre-loaded video sessions by the mentors, chief mentors, industry experts for guiding the startup in selecting their components, sensors, etc. during piloting, implementation stage. So all these things are already well designed, well defined within this AP program at Bhubaneswar. Recently, we conducted few programs which I thought I need to highlight here. The Safe India Hackathon, it is basically to find out solution during the pandemic to help people facing the difficulties of the lockdown and providing them healthcare solution. And I am surprised to know that we have received during the lockdown itself more than 5,000 plus registration with more than 600, 700 plus proposals. And the second hackathon, which is an ongoing hackathon, Scout is a Smart City Hackathon, Smart City Challenge Program. The full form is Smart City Challenge and Outcome for Urban Transformation. And here, the startup, the researcher, the students community, they have been given predefined problem statement, and they were expected to come up with the solution in various smart city applications, which covers healthcare, criminal identification, tool management, then health parameter monitoring, then your storage management system, then energy analysis, predictive maintenance, real-time monitoring of smart city infrastructure, and so on. We have selected 36 startups, those for acceleration. They are mentored by and mentored by the partners of this program, like Excelpoint, Xilinx, Microchip, EDI, L&T, Smart City, Bhubaneswar Smart City, Sapurji Palamji, Singapore IoT Consortium. So these are the partner. So they finalize the solution. They mentor and they evaluate. They mentor all these 36 startup in terms of converting their ideas into the POC. And finally, the plan is the winning POCs will then get implemented in real life. And the objective is also to bring out state-of-art, made in India solution and thus give a future boost to the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat. To encourage innovation at a grassroots level, here with the Electropreneur Park Bhubaneswar, we have started an initiative called EP Club, which is a student-led innovative knowledge sharing community platform for students and innovators. The prime objective behind this club is to encourage the talent and brainstorming ideas of students and innovators in the technical institution, in the universities, school levels. The goal is to groom and nurture the ESDM skill of students to convert their idea into successful prototypes, successful products. After Bhubaneswar has seen very high growth in the entrepreneurial activities in the IT and electronics ESDM sector, ESDM domain in the state of Odisha. And state of Odisha has already declared ESDM as a priority sector. And we have got a strategic roadmap for the ESDM sector, which is in place. We have got a established dedicated EMC, around more than 200 acre. It is notified EMC. The cluster is having all kind of minimum common facility, lab facility, everything is built. The lab is coming up very huge lab facility is coming up inside the EMC. And with this, the state government has very ambitious plan to create a complete life cycle of ecosystem from identifying a talent, nurturing a startup, supporting to convert as a small SME enterprises and accelerate as a leader of big enterprise. The presence of Digital Fab Lab, the presence of Electropreneur Park Bhubaneswar, the presence of ENC combinedly, I can see there is a greater significance for the and opportunity for the startup and ESDM industry in the state of Odisha. As an added initiative and to promote the successful in the ESDM startups, the state is offering a preferential allotment and in the EMC and access to the common central facility center CFC, which is comprising of various R&D facility, PCB prototyping, PCB assembly, test and measurement equipment facility, reliability lab. So once they graduate from the EP, they can get access to the EMC in terms of availing this facility, and subsequently for mass production, there is a preparation allotment for allotting land in terms of they can create their own manufacturing facility within the EMC. So finally, the essence, these plan initiative and the kind of capacity building program being undertaken by STPA and combinedly with Government of Odisha, to boost the building the right ESDM ecosystem, innovation, and facilitate a larger proportion of the value addition across the electronics design value chain take place in the state in coming days. Once again, I'd like to congratulate IESA for successfully organizing the Vision Summit 2021 and extend my sincere thanks for inviting me to address this session. And at last, I'd like to mention to all the august audience present here that the second OCP challenge competition is on. You can go through the EP Bhubaneswar website and you can also apply if you have any innovative idea, innovative solution. With this, I'd like to thank once again to the organizer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Panda, for enlightening the audience about EP Bhubaneswar and the policies of government of Odisha. Is he joining for Q&A? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Panda, thanks for joining us for the live Q&A. Just give me one moment, to pick some of the questions from the audience here. Just 1 second, please. Mr. Panda, while we are picking up the audience questions coming to you, just wanted to understand, of course, the ISA collaboration has been great with EP Bhubaneswar all these years. And just wanted to know how is the connectivity now from Bhubaneswar and rest of the areas in Odisha where the industry is coming up, ESDM industry. This is usually one of the concern we hear from the global investors.
I'd like to highlight here, as far as connectivity is concerned, now that I don't think there is any problem connecting in terms of, you mean to say, the air connectivity to Bhubaneswar to other major metros. We have got maximum flights to all metros. Also, we have started connection because it is not, Odisha is well, I think, rich in the mineral and metal sector. Lot of industries are there already. Lot of steel industries. They have, you talk about any major steel industry, manufacturing industry, they are here. Either they are here or they are in process. So all the corporate houses are there. Business environment is there. A lot of IT companies are also there. All big major companies, and we have got export from the state of Odisha almost 5,000 crore in last financial year. So, and tourism is also picking up like anything. Recently we announced connectivity to Goa, Jaipur, all the tourism destination. So we have got multiple flights to all metros, maybe 8 to 10 to Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore. So Bangalore is well connected, 3-4 connectivity, Hyderabad, Chennai and all. So I don't think there is any problem. So because there is a demand, huge demand, and there is huge traffic. So we are well connected.
Thank you for giving that information. Another question that typically we hear from ESDM industry is about, availability of talent, especially when they go beyond metros. So would you also like to talk a little bit about availability of talent for ESDM industry?
I can talk about in overall talent pool availability. See, Odisha, particularly in Bhubaneswar, it is known as a education hub, and it supply talent to entire for the eastern part of this country, right? So you name all the institute of eminence or all the uh, technical institutes, their presence here in Bhubaneswar and in the state of Odisha, that itself gives a positive message to the industries. So we have got IIT in Bhubaneswar, we have got a triple IT in Bhubaneswar, we have got Institute of Mathematics, Institute of Metal and Mineral Science, Institute of Life Science. So all repute, NIT, IIM, so then Birla Institute, all these institutions are there. So the education system is very good, and, and apart from that, the deemed universities like Kalinga Institute of Technology, KIT Deemed University, they have done excellent job. So in the particularly in the, I think some of our ISA friends, they are also well aware. They are already in touch with the local institutional mechanism here. So there is good number of talent pool available in terms of freshers, uh, and those particularly in the electronics field. Electronics field, we have got very good engineering colleges. So I don't see there is any problem. And a lot of
Okay.
people are well established outside Bhubaneswar. So there could be every possibility they want to come back or something. They want to help the entrepreneur. They want to come back as a entrepreneur or else in job if they get a good opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Panda. I have another couple of questions from audience here for you. One is that there is a electronic manufacturing EMC cluster coming up in Bhubaneswar. Question is, how soon will this become operational for companies to start from there?
EMC was approved under the EMC 1 scheme of MIT. So the physical infrastructure is a greenfield EMC. So the physical infrastructure is ready. In fact, last week I happens to visit. I got an opportunity to visit the TMC. So we've got 200 plus acre of land. It's clean land, developed land, and there are all like common facility centers, R&D centers, common facilities. Though we are in the process of procurement of the hardware equipment, common equipment in the common infrastructure facility, but the physical infrastructure, the platted complex, the physical in the R&D house, the employee center, employee residential center, there is the in-house residential facility for the employee working within the EMC companies. So those physical infrastructure already completed. It is a greenfield EMC again. I'm saying comprising of 210-acre land. Only thing is we are quickly in the process of procuring the hardware for the common facility center, which will be help.
Okay.
And one thing I briefed in my speech also. So while uh, considering the approval process in the EP Bhubaneswar, we have taken into consideration the entire chain, like the startup who want to operate and go for a mass production kind of thing, they will be given preferential access in the common facilities center and the platted complex. Further, for a major manufacturing, they will be given a preferential accessment to access in the EMC to get the land so that they can go for a mass production. So that entire system is already in place.
Thank you, Mr. Panda. I have a couple of more questions, but in interest of time, we will send you an email and get this answered offline. So I'll have to, I'm sorry, but I'll have to let you go now. But I really thank you for your keynote, your presentation, and your taking live Q&A here with our audience. Thanks a lot, sir. We will move on to the next stage of our.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have next section of our presentation, and this is this presentation is from Mr. Pradeep Gupta, who is the head of Electropreneur Park in New Delhi. That is again a joint initiative of IESA. Before putting his presentation up, I just wanted to give a brief introduction of Mr. Pradeep Gupta. Mr. Pradeep Gupta is chairman of Cyber Media Group, which is a very well-known specialty media house with brands like DataQuest, PC Quest, Voice and Data, CIOL, magazines, etc. Mr. Pradeep was conferred the National Entrepreneurship Award as the Best Mentor by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. He's also Chief Mentor of Electropreneur Park, Delhi and Bhubaneswar. Pradeep is an angel investor and has mentored over 250 startups. He's co-founder of Indian Angel Network, Asia's largest angel network. Pradeep is also global trustee of TIE, which is world's largest entrepreneurial ecosystem. Pradeep also chairs the IIT Alumni Trust. Pradeep was the GP of India's first angel fund, Infinity Ventures. Pradeep was also on the board of UTI AMC. He's been the past president of Pan IIT India and Association of Indian Magazines. He has been on the board of IIT Mandi, Indian Newspaper Society, IIT Delhi Incubator, IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, etc. Pradeep is recipient of Distinguished Alumni Award of IIT Delhi and IIM Calcutta and Helen Keller Award for working in the disability sector. Pradeep is an engineer from IIT Delhi 1975 batch and MBA from IIM Calcutta 1977 batch. With that introduction, I would like to put Pradeep's presentation to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Please give us 30 seconds. It's just coming up shortly.
Hello and good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, depending upon the time zone that you are in, considering that this is a global event. I'm Pradeep Gupta, and it's a real pleasure for me to share the story of Electropreneur Park and the successes that we have had with you. So please allow me to share a video on the Electropreneur Park. So, I think I'll start by first talking about the performance that we have actually achieved. Electropreneur Park has been it has been the most successful incubator that has been set up ever in India, I would say. Because we were supposed to do 50 startups, we've done 50 startups, there are 51 patents that have been created, 17 trademarks that have been filed, 24 startups have got funded, 44 products have been developed, 33 prototypes have been made. And if you look at the success that has been created in terms of value creation, 310 crore is the kind of value that has been created. We have generated employment for more than 500 people, and the startups have had a success rate of 75%. And for an investment which was less than about $3 million. This is the kind of an achievement that the Electropreneur Park has had. It's an absolutely stellar performance. So let me get back into the history and just share with you how this thing came about. In 2014, we got the approval, but because this was the first time such a thing was being done by an association, a government, and a private partnership, therefore, it took long time to get the structure in place and so on. But we were then able to launch it in August of 2016. Now, of course, the project has been extended and with absolutely superb results. And a very key role has been played here by IESA, who has been the implementation partner, and supporting partner, Cyber Media, of which I am the chairman. Now, what IESA did, and I think this I would like to sort of, say what differentiates Electropreneur Park, the success that I talked about, from the hundreds of incubators that are there in India. It was the industry connect. Very, very strong industry connect that made this difference. What has happened because of that is that if you look at this entire list, and I like to focus on few of the bullet points here. The ESDF prototyping facility helped in terms of the design and testing of the product. There was a lot of technology mentoring which was being done by IESA members, by industry experts, and so on. And also grant from the CSR funds, that last bullet which is there. What happened was that we created a CSR fund, and a whole lot of the IESA members contributed to that CSR fund. And that created a very, very strong reason for the success of Electropreneur Park. Because for the startups, it automatically meant that they could connect with the industry. If they had their prototypes, they could get it tested. If they wanted some components, they could get them. If they wanted some testing tools, they could obtain them, and so on. So I think this has been a very, very key differentiating factor. Of course, the role that my organization played in terms of the business connect and in terms of bringing in line a whole lot of funding agencies also helped in terms of ensuring that these businesses scaled up. they got funded and therefore succeeded as far as the startup ecosystem is concerned. I would also like to talk about the lab because there was a state-of-art lab which was created, which had a prototyping facility, power design lab, embedded design, RF design lab, and product testing lab. So it was actually possible for a startup to take their idea from an idea stage to first making a breadboard out of that, preparing a proof of concept, and fabricating the first few pieces so that they could actually test out the market. So the lab, really speaking, ensured that there was a complete one place workshop which was available to the startups. So this was also a very unique thing about the Electropreneur Park. And let me share that with you with some of the success stories that we have had. One of them is STEMrobo Technologies. It was part of our season 1, promoting the SDEM, robotics, IoT, AI learning. In their 4th year of operation, they have done 15 crore of revenue. They have trained more than 3 lakh students. They've got an MOU with Discovery Education, amongst the top 30 startups selling on the GEM platform. So STEMrobo Technologies, and by the way, they've also empowered a lot of these tinkering labs and so on, has been a great success that has been there. iAutomation Ecotech, they got 3.6 crores external investment. They got a 4 crore revenue. Essentially, IoT-based automated solution for smart buildings. Another success story, let me share with you, is that of EVI Technologies. EVI Technologies has a MOU with BSNL for 5,000 charging sites, 1.5 crore investment, 4 crore revenue. They have an MOU with Murata for setting up battery swapping stations in India. So once again, a very, very successful startup from Electropreneur Park. Uniblab MedTech, affordable endoscopy tower. 3.5 crore funding they have received, 3 crore is their revenue. They are supported by Sony Corp Japan, flexible endoscopy with 4K cameras. They have filed 11 patents. Resonant Electronics, energy audit and control system. They have a revenue of 3 crores now, 4 projects, over 2.5 million square foot of building space is under various kind of energy audit and control system that is Resonant has developed. Energy saving of over 25% is now validated and proven. They have testimonials for that. Funding, they have received 97 lakh of funding by Murata Japan. Leap Aeronautics, which is a Bangalore-based startup, which was remote mentored at the Electropreneur Park. Electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle. They have tested 1:5 prototype for full functionality. MOU has been signed with NAL for providing support on aerodynamics, structural design, and flight testing. So once again, if you look at the hello and good afternoon or good morning or good evening, depending upon the time zone that you are in, amazing that this is a global event. So much so that
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. We got a lot of insights about initiatives of Electropreneur Park, both Delhi and Bhubaneswar. And sorry, in the end, we had a small glitch there, IT glitch. So let me move to the next presentation of today. And the next presentation is on few other initiatives that ISA has taken in Bangalore together with Karnataka government. and these initiatives are called Shuffle and Hex. And to talk about these initiatives, we have with us Ms. Meena Nagaraj. And before we bring her on to give her presentation, let me do a brief introduction about her. Srimati Meena Nagaraj is an IS officer, and she is currently Director, Electronics, IT, BT, and Managing Director of KITS. She is spearheading the implementation of various schemes and programs of department in the sectors of information technology, biotechnology, electronics, animation, and gaming, and startups. She is an ex officio managing director of Karnataka Innovation and Technology Services, better known as KITS. KITS is an implementation arm of department working for the promotion of IT, ITES, and electronic system design and manufacturing, startups, biotechnology, AVGC sectors in state of Karnataka. She has earned her bachelor's degree in psychology, economics, sociology from Bangalore University, and a master's degree in psychology from Mysore University. She is a strong supporter of IESA's ESDM initiatives in the state of Karnataka and has been very open and collaborative to discussions and suggestions from the industry. I would now go over to Ms. Srimati Meena Nagaraj presentation about initiatives in Karnataka.
Hundreds of incubators that are there.
Shall I start?
It was the industry connect. Very
Just
strong.
give us 30
connect
seconds, ma'am. There's some crosstalk here, and let's just fix that. Why his video is coming again and again?
Shall I start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Namaskara and a very good afternoon to one and all present here at the IESA Vision Summit. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of the 16th edition of this summit, and I wish the entire team the very best. I would like to congratulate the team from IESA for organizing the summit with the theme of highlighting India's accelerated ESDM growth and for giving me this opportunity. My thoughts on the ESDM system of our state, Karnataka. The world's fastest growing industry, electronic system design and manufacturing, continues to transform lives, businesses, and economics across the globe. The globe electronics market is estimated to be over 2 trillion. With per capita disposal income and private consumption having doubled in the past 7 years, India has emerged as one of the largest markets for electronic products in the world. Hence, building a vibrant electronics manufacturing ecosystem is central to the Make in India digital theme, Make for India, Make for the World, goal set forth by the Government of India. In order to position India as a global hub of ESDM and to push further the vision of national policy of electronics, 3 schemes have been promoted by Government of India, like the PLI scheme, the Scheme for Promotion of Manufacturing of Electronics Components and Semiconductors, which we call it as SPECS, and EMC 2.0. Karnataka is an important state for India and has been pioneer in innovation and technology. Home to the Silicon Valley of India, we are the undisputed leader in the country in sectors such as information technology enabled services, machine tools, aerospace, biotechnology, and of course, ESDM. When we talk of ESDM in Karnataka, IESA is spoken of as a key contributor to the ecosystem. It is indeed a matter of pride that Government of Karnataka and IESA have long-standing partners for several years now. Our vision is to make Karnataka the hub around which the next breed of Indian fabless startups can thrive and accentuate the existing fabless companies into the next realm of growth. Along with IESA, we are certain to propel the ESDM sector and support innovative domestic companies. In December 2018, Department of ITBT and IESA launched the Fabless Center of Excellence, the Semiconductor Fabless Accelerator Lab, which we call SAFAL in Bengaluru. SAFAL is the first of its kind initiative in the semiconductor space. It aims to help aspiring engineers and entrepreneurs to design a product. At SAFAL, access to software is provided at nominal rates. Affordability thereby becomes a major bottleneck for them. Creation is encouraged, and fabless startup ecosystem is going to be accelerated. SAFAL has selected 20 out of 50 plus companies which have applied for these incubation and mentoring. 7 out of the 20 signed and started projects, 10 are in various stages of engagement. 20 companies are in selection stage. SAFAL has helped secure $1.6 million worth of capital for 4 of its startup companies. SAFAL and startup founders should have made use of these initiatives, and SAFAL Council recently has extended its scope to cover electronic system companies and small medium services companies who would like to invest and build electronic IP and products. SAFAL, along with its ecosystem, greatly reduces the capital entry barrier for all such ventures. I thus encourage all the ESDM startups who are part of today's event to explore growing with the help from SAFAL. The Government of India's flagship program for Idea to POC grant funding, which we call it as Elevate, a first of its kind initiative in the whole country, has disbursed funding over 114 crores to more than 488 startups till date. Out of these, 1/3 have been startups working in the electronics and semiconductor design manufacturing sector. We have also launched CARSEMVEN Fund in 2014-15 to provide funding to Karnataka's ESDM companies with a total corpus of INR 100 crores. Apart from this, there are several other initiatives we've already undertaken for growth of ESDM sector. Mysuru ESDM cluster under the EMC scheme of GOI has been established in Mysuru. The K-Tech VLSI Incubation Center at KLE College in Hubballi. The center will also provide plug-and-play tools and software such as design tools for startup to focus on IP creation. The K-Tech ESDM cluster at Deshpande Foundation in Hubli. Product-specific industrial cluster development program has been announced by Government of Karnataka with focus on ESDM for 3 districts, with Chikballapura focusing on mobile phones, Mysuru on printed circuit boards, and Chitradurga on LED lights. As stated in our ESDM policy, which is invoked till 2022, we aim to stimulate the growth of 2,000 ESDM startups during the policy period. Our policy has also identified industrial automation and automotive electronics as part of our focus sector. With the advent of technology such as AI and machine learning, industrial automation and robotics is taking off in this world. There are multiple companies exploring and researching and converting their ideas to concepts. Also, with the IoT ecosystem exploding, many of its users will be geared towards automation of machines, industrial tools, and use of robotics to improve productivity and quality. Local companies working on such products will be promoted by the government to boost exports in this sector. In conclusion, I want to say that growing ecosystem and the statistics I have spoken have been not only highlighted the ESDM sector in India and Karnataka, but have shown the impact the sector has on the overall development of the country. We look forward to seeking support from all the stakeholders to further the ESDM in our country and help us reach new global heights. Thank you, and I once again thank IESA for providing me this opportunity. Thank you.